Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your reading for Thursday the 4th. Now I know I've got that right today. Oh boy, it makes you wonder sometimes, such a highly intelligent person and I can't get my dates right. Okay, so thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. We grow daily folks and it's just awesome. Thank you every one of you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet or you don't resonate with my readings, that's entirely up to you, but please understand I'd love to have you on board. So I'm using the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, and I'll pull you a card out from Angel Messages this morning. As long as we stay under 15 minutes, all's good. For some unknown reason, I'm still having trouble uploading anything over 15 minutes. And they say, oh, you just have to be verified by your channel, and I have been, but it's still happening. So, all right, beautiful. What's happening today? Okay, I've turned my pack upside down by the looks of that, but I always read them upside down if they come in upside down. And we've got the Four of Wands upside down. I actually feel like I had this in a reading only a couple of days ago, the right way up. So the Four of Wands is a card that sort of signifies stability. It's about, marriage, having a really stable relationship. It's a very beautiful card when it's upright because it looks like that. Which shows people sort of maypole dancing, having fun. It's a very joyous, happy card. In reverse, I would say to you that the feeling I get with this card in reverse is that it's still there for you. However, it's either been put on pause or you've chosen to delay this for the time being. In light of some of the readings lately, I would understand this. There's been a lot of false starts, especially with twin flame soulmate readings. So it could be that this is just on hold at the moment. Maybe you're making a decision, maybe the other person's making a decision, but it's not ready to move forward at this time. I still feel, however, because it's coming up, it still means it's there. So don't give up on it. Just do what you've been doing. You've probably told someone that they need to pull their socks up and give you a bit more respect, or, come back with a better offer. And they may be just thinking about that now, but they'll be back. Okay. So the first card we have out is the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess sometimes means that if you're in, a relationship with someone, that there's no talking at the moment. There's no sharing of feelings. Everything's being kept secret, like in the moon. It could be just one of you, it could be both of you not talking, but it feels to me like that is the energy here. The High Priestess is a woman who knows how to use her intuition. She's very in tune with her world and the people around her. She's highly in tune. And I just feel at the moment that she's not talking. This is a quiet time. So I don't know what's happening for people out there, but this is about not saying anything, not speaking up, not telling your truth, and she's flown, but definitely not speaking up about things. Okay, and the next card we have out is the Five of Cups. Now the Five of Cups is the card that shows us that we're looking backwards and not forwards. So in the card you see she has these cups that are spilt behind her, and the cups have fluid in them, and we'll presume that that's love. And she's facing them rather than seeing the full cups behind her. So this card is saying to you that you can't dwell on the past. You can't dwell on what's already broken. It's finished, it's done. It's time to turn around and look forward, because there's beautiful things in your future. But if you're so busy looking backwards, you're going to miss these. So with having this sort of High Priestess card here and the Four of Wands in reverse, I strongly feel that you've either had a breakup with someone, or I want to say it's on the cards. I love that statement. Somebody made that up a long time ago. But it is on the cards. So you've either had a breakup with someone, or you've said to them, I'm not moving forward with you because they're being emotionally unavailable to you. I do think the feelings are there. I don't think they know how to deal with these feelings. So at the moment, they're not talking about them. So with this card here, it strongly suggests that you now have to leave this behind. Forget it, detach, move forward. because the other person can still feel your energy if you're still in this looking back at the past thing. Your energy is still attached to them. So somehow or another you've got to turn around and turn your energy forward so that you slow up that energy to them and they get it all on a subconscious level, on a soul level. Okay, the next card we have out is the Ten of Wands. Now I feel like you've said this and it somehow is allowing you to drop all these burdens. So it maybe you've been putting up with this situation for a while. It's definitely not a nice situation. If I were to relate this to work and career, I'd say that you're dealing with someone who's not appreciating or respecting you, and you've pretty much said to them now, you know what, if you don't pull your socks up, I'm moving on. That's exactly how it's feeling here. So you may be ready to walk away from something. Just don't look back on it and regret what you've done. You know, make sure you think about what you're going to say and do. You can't regret it if you've thought about it and think it's the right thing. So I see you putting down these burdens now. As you know, the 10 is the end of the cycle. So I feel like this is now time to put these burdens down and move forward. Okay, and then I have the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands it's a young energy, it's a small energy. I love that he's calling. So, and there's a wand here. So he's a messenger. He's bringing something to you. He's calling to you here. So it feels to me that you are going to get a message. Now, if this is from the person that you've left behind, your workplace or whatever else, someone is coming, they're quite passionate about this, quite driven. So they're coming to tell you something. So wait it out. Okay, next card is the Five of Wands. Now, this can sometimes be conflict between people. It can sometimes be internal conflict. So what I'm feeling here is if you're in this situation that I've been talking about here, or you can liken it to your situation, what this feels like to me is that someone's come back. I don't know if there's been enough time in between. I don't know if you have really let go of the past yet. And I feel like it's sent you into a bit of a spin on what you should do next. Now, I know people will relate to that. It's almost like you're conflicted inside because you've told this person that they're not right and they've come back, and you really feel that they haven't had enough time to think about whether this is right or not. That's what it's feeling like. And then, yeah, so you now have this decision to make. The decision is around whether to take them back or not, whether they're ready, whether to move on from this. Again, apply it to a work situation if you're in that position, because now you have the decision on whether to stay. So it could be your workplace has come back and said, look, we're really sorry for the way we treated you. We want you to stay. Here's a better offer. And you're like, yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to work for me either, because I've seen your offers before and they haven't been very good looking. So you're now making the decision whether to cut it out. And I love that this sword is across the moon here, because this is the unseen here, and you've got your sword right across that. So you're either ready to cut it out because someone isn't telling the truth or isn't fessing up or revealing their feelings, or you can tell the truth back again. So you're reciprocating. And then we have the High Priest. Now, the High Priest is a man who, obviously he's like the High Priestess. He can be quite religious. He can be, he can talk about seriousness. It can be a real offer is basically what's happening here. So even though you're not trusting this offer, even though you're unsure and you're up in your head about it a little bit because you're not quite trusting whether it's coming from the right place or not, this person is here to offer you stability. He's got two keys here. So he is here to offer the key to his heart. If this is somebody from your workplace or a business offer, then you can be trusting that it is a true offer. They have realised that your value. So this talks to me of long-term relationships, stability. I can understand now why that Four of Wands was in reverse at the beginning, because now he's coming back with this very stable offer. So it will turn up the right way. I'm going to have to get my readings going, otherwise I'm going to be running over again. And here he is with the real offer. So you may have sent him away with this Page of Wands when he first came. Very possible, because he's obviously turned it round now and realised he hasn't probably phrased it the way he should have done. Because in the Page of Cups, he's now offering you the love. So he may have been testing the waters. Now the Page of Cups always reminds me of the Pisces because she's got a fish in her cup. So you could be dealing with a Pisces here, but there are a number of other people. There's Virgo. Oh, well, no, not a lot of other people. There's not a lot of particular suits either. So you could be dealing with pretty much anybody. But this card talks about offering the love now. So it's almost like he's turned the passion into love. And yes, this has brought healing to you now. So this is sort of like hopes and dreams coming true here. It's divinely guided by the universe. So definitely coming back to offer you something real. I understand that you're going to be confused here. And if you are, then ask for time to think about it. But actually, it is a real offer. And there's the offer. Da-da! So whatever's coming to you here, folks, this is true and real. It is an offer of stability. What we need is to see that up that way. But what you've done here is you've forced your hand, as it were. You've done what you needed to do, and you've brought this person back in with a stable offer because you stood your ground and said to them, that's not good enough for me. I want to do this. This is what I'm prepared to give you. If you're not prepared to give me the same thing, I'll wait it out. And they've come back. Lovely reading. Good story. I'll just pull a card from the oracles here. See if we... Oh, you want to come out. Okay, so this is the card of patience. And it says, now is the time to learn, study and gather information. Enjoy being a student because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. And that's exactly what you've done here. So if you're waiting on this person to come back, if you're waiting on this job opportunity to come through, if you're waiting for your workplace to finally see what your value is, just be patient. It's on its way. So while you're waiting, you gather your own resources. Lovely reading, folks. Thank you.